There you go.
Thank you.
Can you actually make good money with Uber Eats? I wanted to find out, so I did deliveries for 7 days to see if it's actually worth your time. In days 1 to 5 of the challenge, I went through a roller coaster of emotions, from high energy and having fun, very fun so far, doing the first one, to bored and waiting for the challenge to be over. Guys, it's been about 40 minutes. I've just been sitting here and nothing's been happening. To making the most amount of money so far. Brings me up to $66 for last night's deliveries, which is pretty cool. At the end of this video, I'm gonna brutally rate Uber Eats as an income stream. But first, let's take us into day 6 of this challenge where the vibes are high for now. It's the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, so I'm hoping that people are out and about with their friends and family at their houses or whatever, and they're racking up huge deliveries to get massive tips. This is my second to last day of the journey. It's always exciting to turn on the app, but I'm also like, it's exhausting. It actually is pretty tiring. I headed to what I've been calling my hotspot during this challenge. It's got like 30 restaurants in a 1-mile radius, but then this happened. All right, so I've been out here for about 30 minutes and nothing. At least I've gotten some stuff, but I've been rejecting them because they are a little offensive. When you see like you're gonna make $2 on an order where you have to drive 10 to 15 miles, it's like, what are we even doing here? Hopefully it picks up. It is a little earlier in the afternoon, so maybe people aren't super hungry yet or with a group of people yet, but let's see what happens. So I waited. A reoccurring theme throughout this challenge. Most people hang out with their family on holiday weekends. Me, I'm stuck lonely in a car trying to answer the question if Uber Eats is actually worth it. So if you appreciate that, smash that like button. I have a specific amount of time that I'd like to do today. In order to reach 20 hours is my goal over the 7 days. And I like this as an idea that anyone watching this video or anyone trying to reach, a certain financial goal, can you put in 20 hours to this and actually, make a decent amount of money doing it towards saving more money, paying off your debt, or just holding on to it until you want to buy a cool thing. With that said, I left the hotspot and started doing circles around my town trying to get some action until finally, Smoothie King coming in hot. For Peter? Yeah. Oh wow. All right, thank you so much. Look at these freaking smoothies. 4 smoothies. All right, so this order was like almost 30 minutes away. It's the stuff I've been rejecting all day, but I was like, you know what? If you have a time limit, just take an order. We're gonna do this, but there's one slight problem here. These milkshakes are massive. So I've insulated the seat here with my child's blanket. Sorry kids, but Peter needs his smoothies and we're not gonna let anything happen to them. We already got the next order at a Chinese place. All right, I haven't recorded in a while. I figured I should give a little update. So the last 2 were a little further out than what I would have done. So the first one took me out. There's a $16 Smoothie King order, very cool, to a few towns over. A lot of one-way roads. I was very lost. I've never been to that area before. It was street parking and I had to kind of move quickly. I didn't love where my car was, so I did that quickly. And then on the way back towards where I am now, my hotspot, I had a Chinese food order for $10. And that was another weird street parking thing, so I had to get the heck out of there. And then the person's house that I brought it to had a huge like security thing on the outside, like a lot of security, and I just did not feel comfortable whipping my phone out, especially because I'm putting this video up onto YouTube. After a slow start, the orders are going nuts. Like Dylan got a giant sandwich and a cookie. You gotta respect the cookie. Have you guys had cookies at Jersey Mike's? We go for the sandwiches, but we stay for the cookies. And just like that, we got another one. We are at Burger King. I'm coming, Addison. Oh, Addison, they closed down one of the roads to get to you. Road closures took me 15 extra minutes than expected. Sorry, Addison, but enjoy. All right, guys, I'm back home. So I did about 5 hours today. And unfortunately, we had that really, really slow start. In hindsight, maybe I could have accepted 1 or 2 of those earlier on to kind of get the day going. But they were just really bad. Like, I just feel like people shouldn't be accepting a $3 trip that's going to take them 20 minutes. Guys, some bad news. So all my tips came in from all the deliveries that I did today, and I ended up making only $47 in the 5 hours that I had the app on today. And we got 1 day left in the challenge. I'm going to go hard on this last day, but I only have a couple more hours to reach my 20 hours kind of limit that I was shooting for. Because of my other life commitments of being a dad, husband, 9-to-5-er, coaching calls in my personal finance business, I wasn't able to do 7 consecutive days. So here's the schedule of the challenge, and let's jump right into day 7. All right, guys, final night in the challenge. I'm pretty happy, but also a little sad. It was a fun week. So for full transparency, today is Tuesday, the Tuesday after Memorial Day weekend. I'm expecting today to be a complete bust. I can't imagine too many people are ordering dinner. To get to my 20-hour plus goal for the week, I just have to drive around for like a little over 2 hours. So I'm gonna do that. I'm pretty much just gonna take any order, I think, today and just kind of end the challenge on a bang and see what happens. So I started driving to, you guessed it, the hotspot. All right, as soon as I turned on the app and I started coming to the hotspot, I got an order at a Thai restaurant. The drop-off's a little further away than I would have liked, but it's the last night, right? So YOLO. Hi, I have an Uber Eats for Amelia. Guys, I had to stop recording because Amelia ordered another bubble tea. These things are popular? Question mark? I think they are disgusting, personally, but hey, to each their own. I'm coming, Amelia.
She lived right next to the water, guys. Not too shabby.
On the way back to the hotspot, we got a pizza pickup at one of the better places around here, so let's go get that. Ellie, this pizza smells amazing. I'm coming. All these waterfront people are hungry tonight.
Another Five Guys order.
Little drama in the Five Guys. Liza needed a strawberry milkshake, but they were out. So she said a vanilla milkshake would do just fine. And here it is, looking scrumptious. All right, guys, I've done 3 orders. As you can tell, it's getting a little darker, and I wanted to head back to my spot that I've been hanging out all these 7 days. And I wanted to give this place a big shout out for letting me park here, even though you didn't know that I was parking here the whole time. But Wendy's, yeah, give it up for Wendy's. Shout out to Wendy's. Your drive-thru was always packed. Are they on Uber Eats? Because I never got a Wendy's order. I was literally sitting in your parking lot. But yeah, I'm gonna wait the last like 30, 40 minutes here of what I have left in the challenge in this parking lot. We're gonna see if I get any other orders. I also got gold status on Uber Eats, which basically you get some like gas perks and you get other perks, and I don't know if it's for the month or for forever. Probably not forever. Just wanted to share that I'm a gold member. No big deal. I like gold. All right, guys, I think that was kind of a dud night as I expected. I did 3 deliveries, but right now I think I'm expecting one more tip to come through, and I've made like $19. Like, not a good night. It was only 2 something hours that I was working. But now we got to get to the meat and potatoes of this. Is this worth it? I'm going to go over all the money that I've made, all the time that I've spent, the expenses that I've put into this to see if it's worth it and if I would recommend it to you to make a little more extra money on the side. I'm recording this a few weeks after the challenge to kind of let everything sink in. After spending about 20 hours on the Uber app, trying different strategies throughout the 7-day challenge, I have some thoughts. First and foremost, it's pretty easy. If you can follow simple instructions, if you have a smartphone, you can start doing this right now. No prior skills or knowledge needed. The app makes it super, super simple. It does mean that you will have other competition, right? Other drivers. But in my experience, I didn't really notice that when an order came up, it disappeared immediately, meaning like someone took it faster than I was able to look at it. My number 2 takeaway, it was super fun. Most of the days that I went out there were during the week. So after my dad duties, husband duties, 9 to 5 duties, and that can be a long day. And I know you guys can relate to being tired at the end of the day with all of your life commitments. To be honest, each day before I turned on the app, I was not excited. I was just wanted to do literally anything else, but I would get out there, I'd turn it on, and it was just super, super fun. I got a second wind of energy. They make the app very addicting. They gamify every aspect of it, and they really try to show you how much money you could make or are making, and they make it as big as possible. For me, every time an order popped up, I had to make a quick decision of like, okay, is this going to be worth our time? Is there something else that's going to be coming in the next 20 minutes going to be better than that? It was kind of a game of chicken or opportunity cost. So I found it to be a quick mental battle with myself, and I thought, again, that was fun and engaging, and that's probably what kept me wired through this challenge. Third, it was awesome to see the money flow into my bank account, even with the $1.25 processing fee. But the question remains, is Uber Eats worth it? My answer, yes and no. Let me get into it. But first, let's go over the final numbers. I worked about 20 hours on the app and made $276.92, which comes out to almost $14 an hour. I spent around $30 in gas to do this challenge, so let's say it's around $250 or $12.50 an hour. The average hourly rate across the United States looks like it's anywhere from $26 to $36 per hour based on the source. The federal minimum hourly rate is $7.25. Wait, what? The average minimum hourly rate on a state level is a little harder to find, but this source says it's anywhere from the $7.25 to $18. So I would say that the $14 an hour falls within minimum range territory. Now, looking back, I could have done a little better job with my strategies. Now that I know kind of what works and what doesn't, I think I'd be a little more efficient with the amount of money that I made. And with that said, I would definitely not recommend this as a solo income source. Like, this is the only way you make money. No, thank you. Deciding to take an order on whether it'll be enough money for you to put food on the table, pay for the roof over your head, I think it would just take away from all the fun that you can have with this. And it would just be super stressful, and you would have to probably work a lot, like a lot. And you guys saw there were so many times where I was just sitting, waiting for some stranger to order food on the internet so that I could make a little money. Sometimes it was literally over an hour and maybe one transaction came through. But if you do have a job and you're looking to beef up your emergency fund or pay down debt a little faster, this is a great way to kind of hustle and make a little side money. Again, in about 20 hours in the app, I made $276. So if someone really wanted to hustle and put an extra 20 hours a week on top of their other life commitments, based on my experience, it would be about $1,000 a month. Think about what you could do with an extra $1,000. And inside my free personal finance community, Dollar Discipline University, I talk about the power of $100. So basically finding an extra $100 a month and how significant that actually is towards your financial future. But the power of $1,000 would be insane. The link is down in the description, by the way, for my free personal finance community. I'm doing free strategy calls in there with every single new member. This challenge wiped me out, though. I probably would never do it again. Unless this video gets 1,000 likes, I will fully investigate DoorDash or any other food delivery services as a side hustle. If you like these challenge style videos where I'm trying to find the best ways to make more money or save more money, make sure to check out this one here where I shopped exclusively at a dollar store for groceries for one full week to see if it's actually cheaper or not.